Hello, welcome back to the brand new session of Certified Ethical Hacking Program. And in this session, we are going to discuss about Module 8, and that is sniffing. So there are 4 points which we will discuss in this particular sniffing part. This is a short session, but yeah, for our lab demonstration, it will be a bigger than this one. So we need to, this module starts with an overview of sniffing concept, provide an insight into the MAC, DHCP, ARP, MAC spoofing, and DNS poisoning attacks. Later, the module will discuss various sniffing tools, countermeasure, and detection techniques. So let's start with our first point. So the point is network sniffing. So packet sniffing is the process of monitoring and capturing all the data packets passing through a given network using a software application or hardware device. So sniffing is a straightforward in a hub-based networks as the traffic on a segment passes through all hosts associated with the segment. However, most network today work on switches. A switch is advanced computer networking devices. So the major difference between a hub and a switch is that a hub transmits line data to each port on the machine and has no line mapping, whereas a switch looks at the media access control addresses associated with the each frame passing through it and sends the data to the required port. The MAC address is also hardware addresses that uniquely identifies each node of the network. So the attacker needs to manipulate the functionality of a switch to see all the traffic passing through. So the packet sniffing program, also known as sniffer, can capture data packets only from the within a given subnet. So which means that it cannot sniff packets from the other network. Often any laptop can plug into a network and gain access to it. So many enterprises switch ports are open. The packet sniffer placed on a network in promiscuous mode can therefore capture, analyze all the network traffic. Sniffing programs turn off the filter employed by Ethernet network interface card to prevent the host machine from seeing other stations traffic, and thus sniffing programs can monitor all the traffic. So if you are thinking, we are we did something like that. Yes, you are correct. I hope you guys used Wireshark. So yeah, that is a packet sniffing tool, right? So yep, that was the just example. We will also have a look at what kind of tools which we can use for packet sniffing, right? Well, I forgot there is a one more topic, how a sniffer works. So the most common way of networking computers is through an Ethernet connection. So the computer connected to the local area network has two addresses. So the MAC address and Internet Protocol address. So the MAC address uniquely identify each node in the network and is stored on NIC itself, or you can say network interface card. So the Ethernet protocol uses MAC address to transfer data to and from a system while building data frames. So the data link layer of the OSI model uses an Ethernet header with the MAC address of the destination machine instead of the IP address. The network layer is responsible for mapping IP network addresses to the MAC address as required by the data link protocol. So it initially looks for the MAC address of the destination MAC machines in a table usually called the address resolution protocol, that is ARP cache. If there is no entry for the IP address, the ARP broadcast of a request packet goes out to all machines on the local subnetwork. The machine with the particular address responds to the source machine with its network. The machine with that particular address will respond to the source machine with its MAC address, right? So the source machine ARP cache adds this MAC address to the table, and the source machine in all the in communicates with the destination machine then uses this MAC address. So that is all about, you can see that on my screen on the right side, that how I added the how a sniffer works, right? So that is all about these packet sniffing. Well, before we proceed, we need to understand types of sniffing. So, attackers run sniffers to convert the host system's NIC to, promiscuous mode. As discussed earlier, the NIC in promiscuous mode can then capture packets addressed to the specific network. So there are two types of sniffing. Each is used for different type of network, obviously. So the two types are passive and the active, right? And I have given the short description of passive and active. right? If you are going through the active sniffing, so there are some techniques which you can use, like MAC flooding, DNS, ARP poisoning, DHCP attacks, switch port stealing, maybe spoofing attacks as well. So basically we will have these particular techniques in the lab demonstration, so don't worry about that. We will just go through all the tools and techniques in which we will discuss these particular active sniffing techniques as well. So let's have a quick look into the sniffing tools. So as I have told you earlier, the Wireshark is the best tool for packet sniffing. So Wireshark lets you capture and interactively browse the traffic running on your computer network. So this tool use WinPCAP to capture packets on its own supported network. So it captures live network traffic from the Ethernet, maybe IEEE, maybe triple PHDLC, maybe the ATM, Bluetooth, USB token ring, framed relay, and FDDI network. So the captured files can be programmatically edited via the command line. The set of filters for customized data display can be, refined using a display filter. So this is all about the Wireshark sniffing tool. I will use some other tool as well in the lab demonstration, particular stuff. Well, along with Wireshark, we can use Riverbed Packet Analyzer Plus and CAPSA Portable Network Analyzer as well, because these tools are really very fine. And in fact, I have added some screenshot for the same. You can also Google some more tools like Rita, Real, Intelligence, Threat Analytics, Observer Analyzer, PRTG Network Monitor, SolarWinds Deep Packet Inspection and Analysis, Zappilio. So yeah, there are OmniPeak. So there are a lot of tools which we can use along with the Wireshark. But if I will recommend, then obviously I will give a name of Wireshark, because that is a really strong tool to use packet sniffing. So the previous section, where we discussed that how the attacker performs sniffing with the different techniques and tools. So it is very difficult to detect passive sniffers, especially when they are running on a shared Ethernet connection. So that's why we are just focusing on the countermeasures and possible defensive techniques used to defend the target network against sniffing attacks. So, and we will also have some sniffing detection techniques as well, right? We will have a look into that part as well. So I have added these 7 points, I think so. I hope there is no more points. I think so. Yeah, I have added some more points. You can see that. So you can just pause the video and you can just read out, because these are some important stuff which you need to keep in your mind to defend against the sniffing. So you can see that there I have 7 for in the first slide, and other 8 points which you can have a look into the another slide. So yeah, I have given a list below for some of the countermeasures to defend against sniffing. So the next is how to detect sniffing. So it is not easy to detect a sniffer on a network, as it only captures the data and run in Prometheus mode. So Prometheus mode allows a network device to intercept and read each network packet that arrives in it entirely, and the sniffer leaves no trace, as it does not transmit the data. To find the sniffer, check for the systems that are running in Prometheus mode, which is an NIC mode that allow all packets to pass without validating their destination address. So standalone sniffers are difficult to detect because they do not transmit data traffic. The reverse DNS lookup method helps to detect non-standalone sniffers. So there are many tools such as Nmap that are available. That are available to use for detection of Prometheus mode. So run IDS and note whether the MAC address of certain machines have changed. For example, the router MAC address or something like that. So the IDS can detect sniffing activities on a network. It notifies or alerts the administrator when the suspicious activities such as sniffing or MAC spoofing occurs. So network tools such as CAPSA portable network analyzer monitoring the network for strange packets such as those with spoofed addresses. Yes, this tool can collect, consolidate, centralized, and analyze traffic data across different network resources and the technologies. Then the next is sniffer detection techniques. So there are a lot of techniques which we will use in the lab demonstration. The first technique is ping method, right? So to detect a sniffer on the network, identify the systems on the network running in the promiscuous mode. The ping method is useful in detecting a system that runs in promiscuous mode, which in turns help to detect sniffer installed on a network. And then just send a ping request to the suspected machines with its IP address and incorrect MAC address. So the Ethernet adapter will reject it because the MAC address does not match. So whereas the suspect machine running the sniffer respond to it as it does not reject the packets with a different MAC address. Thus, this response will identify the sniffer in the network. So I just gave you the example of ping method, but yes, we will use DNS method as well. Then I hope I have added one more method in my slide, and that is ARP method, right? So that is again a nice thing. You can use a lot of tools, but I think so Nmap and Wireshark are really very good, very good tools which I can recommend actually. So the last thing, promiscuous detection tools. So I will always recommend to use Nmap because Nmap is a, I think so, strongest tool actually. I will not stronger. I will tell you strongest tool for any network scanning or network sniffing or something like those kind of techniques. I will always recommend to use Nmap and Wireshark. And other than that, we can use NetScan Pro as well because that is again a good tool. If you did not use, then yes, we can use NetScan Tools Pro as well. So yeah, that is all about the packet sniffing, or you can say sniffing module. Now we will have a look into the lab demonstration of these particular sniffing tools and techniques.